It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Hit you with the no delay in my progress. All the time struggling, only further my conquest. Looking to the future, I wrote and printed the concept. Posted to the net, but that's just a piece of the mindset. Brand slow balling, I'm snowballing, get back to work. Got your favorite companies watching me, but they never chirp. Big names, all of my stories, I see them studying. I probably could have helped them, I guess they stuck in they stubbornness. This shit is jokes. Independent living, did it with the quotes. Been a hidden hand, sending lyrics, and it's been remote. From the home set up, these jokers, it's known beggars. You nothing without a squad. I'm fixing my phone settings, a lyricist, supremacist. The penmanship is limitless. I'm building businesses, aiming again since I've been in this. I'm 007, been cold since '07. How I do it? I was home alone, Kevin. Goal setting, but now my goal setting, commentating. They fixating light from the hand, the pins rating, forget waiting. I hit record, then I hit record. If a nigga play me on the mic, then I choke him with the cord, yeah. I'm sacrificing money here with every verse, giving punchlines to these rappers when I said it first. Preaching to the choir, giving facts like we in the church. I'm just praying for the dead, start to reimburse. True prerogative, they blew the entire budget. They do it, Micah discussions. I'm zooming, they higher up us like Mr. Nolan, we should get this rolling. Tell me what you need, a check, pause, semicolon. I'm tired of the games, fanning the flames, I'm making a change. You don't value what I'm bringing, then it's not an exchange. Only resolution I'm worried about is 4K. If you really want to party with me, then set up the play, bitch.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. In this video, we're going to be getting caught up with this whole Vlad, Boosie, Aries Spears situation that's been going on. Apparently, Vlad and Boosie have been going back and forth for the last couple of weeks due to their unsuccessful negotiation to keep bringing Boosie back on Vlad TV. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say it off rip. I think it's a very good thing that Boosie is no longer on that platform because it reduces the likelihood of that shit coming across my timeline. And it also will reduce the likelihood of people spreading more and more of these Vlad interviews that come out. Because why the fuck are y'all still going on that platform to begin with? When we know who this motherfucker is, he been showing you who this motherfucker is. And even in this, he continues to show exactly who he is. Okay? So it shouldn't have took no renegotiation. You shouldn't have had your ass over there. But since niggas is working in self-interest over, the betterment of the culture, which happens every day, B, here we are. All right? So apparently, Vlad was paying Boosie $25,000 per interview. Now, initially, I thought that was a load of horse shit because I've heard Boosie talk about getting paid exorbitant numbers to show up on people's platforms for interviews, and I wasn't actually understanding why he was able to achieve such a price tag, especially on YouTube. There's money to be made on YouTube, but the money ain't hitting like that. You know what I'm saying? Just for an interview. However, when you get into the Vlad TV business model, what they do is they take like an hour, 2-hour conversation and they chop that bitch up more than goddamn diced onions and peppers. You feel me? They'll fuck around and have a 28-part series with your goddamn 2-hour interview. So and in order to get to the 2-hour interview, they gonna put out every one of them 29 other clips first. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna try to go viral and go viral and go viral. All 29 of them bitches might hit. But shit, if you got enough compelling information or salacious claims, you might go viral about 10 times or more. Especially if you're talking about the same subject and just keep elaborating further about that subject and they could just keep finding angles to you for you to tackle that motherfucker. That's where the money is. Not to mention Vlad has a whole website subscription and all that other shit where these different revenue streams are coming in. So that's where all of this money starts to make a little bit more sense, right? So Boosie claims that he wanted to up his fee to $35,000 rather than $25,000. Actually $40,000 if I'm not mistaken. And Vlad was like, no can do. So they've been going at it about that. Boosie has decided not to return to the platform and says that he will be releasing his own interviews and monetizing on his own work and building his own platform via Patreon. And as this information started to hit on the net, Aries Spears, who has been also a very frequent guest on Vlad TV, is like, hold on, swallow. I ain't know niggas was getting paid like that. I'm gonna have to up my feet to return to the platform. And rather than negotiate with Aries Spears, Vlad said, you can kick rocks. Okay? So we're about to get into some business conversations here. But also, I think it's very interesting that now that niggas are on the outs with Vlad, we start hearing words like culture and black and using me to connect with the culture and all of this different type of stuff. When y'all knew exactly who the fuck this man was to begin with, you allowed yourself to be exploited so long as you were able to make a few dollars in the process. And now when he says, I ain't giving you shit else, now y'all want to pull the card and say, well, Vlad is this and that. And he been that since the beginning. He was that when Joe Budden had an issue with his ass. He was that when Rick Ross whooped his ass or whoever whooped his ass from his team. He was that when Royce 5'9" had a conquest on his dumb ass. There's been numerous situations. So here we get into a little bit of the history, and we're going to get up to Aries Spears in just a minute.
You know, I wasn't going to put any of this out there, but because he started putting out numbers out there and people started going, oh, Vlad being cheap, why is it only $5,000? You could pay him that, not knowing the whole picture. The fee had always been $25,000.
Vlad know about a good $25,000. Look at that motherfucking Bosley up there on that nigga head. That man was bald for 30 years. That nigga ain't had a whole hair on his head since his introduction into being a DJ. And look at that motherfucking 25,000 up there. He said, no can do. I need more treatments, bitch.
He said, I want 40,000. And I'm like, fam, I can't do 40,000. That's just putting me in the hole. He's like, well, I'll go as low as 35. And I'm like, man, listen, I might be able to do 30 after I run the numbers, but 35 is definitely out of the question. But let me go ahead and run my numbers and actually see what's going on. So I went back and I looked through the last, 5 or 6 interviews. And the profit margin on each of these interviews was around $10,000. So I showed him the numbers. I sent him a spreadsheet showing him my back end numbers. And I'm like, bro, the most I could do is 25. You're asking for 35. Your traffic has been dipping over the years. You've gone from about 6 million to about 5.5 to about 5 and some change. So you're looking at about maybe a 10, 15% decrease in views, which means a 10 to 15% decrease in revenue, as you know, but you're asking for a 40% increase in appearance fee, a 40% increase. It doesn't make any business sense because what'll end up happening is, look, Boosie's already at home, right? He wakes up, he does the interview. There's no cost associated with him, and he was getting paid $25,000. I have to fly because I don't have a studio or a camera crew in Georgia, in Atlanta, so I have to hire a camera crew in Atlanta. I have to fly from LA to Atlanta. I have to get a hotel. I have to have all the costs associated with it. And then afterwards, I have to pay to get the video.
Get that fucking hair and that cap out of here, okay? Because Vlad, half these fucking interviews, you don't even be in the room. These niggas be talking to a fucking iPad laptop screen with your ass on speakerphone. Don't be acting like you physically at all these goddamn interviews. Green screened out. Oh, I gotta fly out and do that. Man, fuck that.
Edited and pay my crew and everything else like that. And as you know, with YouTube, I'm taking all the risk because sometimes videos get demonetized, right? Especially when you talk about someone like a Boosie who has, he swears, he's talking about a lot of edgy stuff. And at the end of the day, I'm taking 100% of the risk. So I'm like, listen, I cannot pay you $35,000 when I'm going to make nothing. Or maybe I'm even going to take a loss.
All right, so he trying to be real close to the cuff with the money. He said, I can't give you a raise, man. Your views are dipping and you want even more. I'm cool with paying you the steady rate, but you asking for more, I can't do it. That's business. It is what it is, right? We've seen Vlad go through this same shit. That's what him and Marlon Wayans was beefed out about. He wanted Marlon to come on his platform. Marlon was ducking him. You know what I'm saying? And eventually he threw a price out there that he knew Vlad wasn't going to want to pay. Vlad then decided to come out and try to expose him and say, you ain't worth this or that. He loves trying to throw you ain't worth this or that out there. And Marlon said, bitch, I was never coming on your platform anyway, but I knew you kept hitting me up. So I said, let me just give you an astronomical price so that you could back the fuck off for good. Right? We've been through this song and dance with Vlad before.
Well, if I'm getting $25K from Vlad and I'm on that motherfucker how many times a year? And now I ask for 35, I haven't been on there for seven months. How am I asking for too much money? On a year basis, I feel I saved him money. That's how I feel, and I told Vlad that. But for you to say that I'm asking for too much money, you're not looking at the yearly rate to what this yearly rate would be. And it don't matter if somebody richer than me. It don't matter if somebody got more numbers on their platform. Plenty of people that been on Vlad. A lot of times they still won't do the numbers Boosie do. Numbers and everything don't make you motherfucker. I'm Boosie, nigga. I'm different. You know? But just think about that. 25, 6, 7, 8 times a year. And it's been 7 months and I haven't done an interview and I asked for 35. That's why we feel we couldn't come to agreement. And also, why you think a lot of motherfuckers watch Vlad TV? Let's be honest, bro. Like, let's be fucking honest. Who turned you up on Vlad TV, my nigga? Who shit you watch over and over again? Like, you know, like our connection, like, bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. When you talk about interviewing and you bring Bruce's name up, you bring Vlad TV name up. When you talk about Vlad interviewing somebody, you bring Bruce's name up. So Envy, I feel you wrong on that. I feel you wrong. You can call me the Breakfast Club and we can have it out. I will make you understand.
All right. Now, again, this has happened numerous times. Lord Jamar used to be a staple on Vlad TV based on his background and his connection with hip hop and black culture and being part of like the whole fucking, you know, black empowerment movement of the hip hop in the 90s. It never made sense to me why he was on there to begin with, but I guess, you know, maybe they knew each other from Vlad's DJ stint, which was kind of short-lived. But we see it with Boosie. We see it with Aries Spears and his motherfucking ass, who he should have never even been given a platform to even think he could come back on the internet after that shit he pulled with Tiffany Haddish and just him being a motherfucking nasty ass, dusty ass, sloppy ass motherfucker. And it ain't got nothing to do with his appearance. It's all about his personality and all about the nasty shit he be saying about people, especially black women. Fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we get to DJ Vlad talking about Aries Spears and their fallout, which I think all these motherfuckers really, you know, Boosie got hood classics, you know what I'm saying? Like you go down to the bayou, you go in the South, you go to below the Bible Belt out this motherfucker, man. Niggas been listening to Boosie for 25 years. I can't take 25, 30 years. I can't take that away from him. But he done said some old nasty shit too, some old reckless, fucked up shit too, that I also cannot side with him with. I think all these niggas should eventually be eradicated from the net, but that's just how I feel about the situation, but we'll continue.
not about YouTube comments, but about actual numbers. Because here's the thing. I can find you 1,000 comments that say, I hate Aries Spears. He's the worst guest on Vlad TV. Can I use those comments to lower your fee? You know what I mean? Because you're trying to use these stupid-ass comments to raise your fee. It's like the stupidest shit I've ever heard of. So I get home, and I said, yo, now I'm home. Let's have a conversation about the numbers.
He putting texts out. Okay? So we got text between Vlad and goddamn Aries. Let's have a conversation. I ran the numbers when I got home. I'm free now. When do you want to do it? So they're supposed to have a conversation about the negotiation process.
He said, cool, let's do it. I said, cool, what time works for you? At 5 o'clock. Bet. I change around my schedule. I clear my schedule out. And I'm like, okay, me and Aries are going to have a business conversation at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock rolls around, he doesn't respond. I said, all right, cool. Next morning, maybe around, 10:30, 11 o'clock, I hit him up again. I said, do you still want to have this?
Oh, you got to be a stupid motherfucker to be in a business conversation, a motherfucker ready to talk to you about the numbers, and you say, yeah, at some point we can still do the call. Hey, that's your business decision, but you automatically devalued yourself in that moment. Stupid motherfucker. Take your ass back to the goddamn Laughing House or whatever the hell that place is, the Comedy Store, and get it how you live.
This conversation. You know what he said?
What?
Yeah, at some point. I looked at my phone and I said, I am done with this motherfucker forever. Fuck Aries Spears. Because here's the thing, right? The whole thing about having your own business and reaching.
And I don't like you saying fuck Aries Spears. I ain't like that tone and that condescending nature that you just put on that motherfucker either. I ain't on nobody's side. All you motherfuckers can burn in hell.
To a certain level of success is you get to decide who you want to work with. You get to decide how you want to spend time with the type of people that are respectful. They can have regular business conversations with you. And not people like this who are just jealous-ass pocket watchers.
Oh, pocket watchers.
Because here's the thing, right? There's two types of jealous pocket watchers out there.
Oh, this motherfucker think he goddamn Paul Wall. Now he finna start throwing our slang around. You jealous-ass pocket watcher. Bitch, you's a colonizer. Bitch. Ain't you Vlad the Conqueror?
There's the broke ones, right? And we've been there before.
Yeah. Got me
I remember being a broke
week.
DJ and looking at like Kid Capri and Jam Master Jay and Diplo, and like, damn, they making thousands of dollars doing shows, and I'm in a fucked up studio. I can't pay my bills. Like, I'm fucked up. I'm kind of jealous of what they're getting. It's motivating me to like do something, right? I get that type of jealousy. But then you got motherfuckers like Aries Spears, who's doing better than he ever has, who's making more money than he's ever made in his whole career. And he's still jealous as fuck over Boosie. He's jealous of another man because he's making more money on a platform than him, even though he's making way more money ever. And it clouds his fucking judgment so bad that he wants to crash out.
And the connotation here is you making more money than you ever have in your career through me. Yeah, big dog, that's on me. That's on me, baby. Yeah, that what he really trying to say. You wouldn't be doing a motherfucker thing if it wasn't for me putting that money in your pocket, making you go, look, yeah, little motherfuckers you be laying up with at your hotel who don't never come until you actually put some on that cash out. Who you think giving you the money to put it on that cash out? Vladimir, baby. You doing better than you ever have because you done came over here to the dark side. Don't you ever try to play with me. That's what Vlad's saying without saying it.
He doesn't even want to have a conversation. He thinks that these stupid-ass comments justify his position. So I said, yo, I'm fucking done.
I'm done.
Fuck him. He's not welcome to the platform anymore. I don't give a fuck.
No more makeup?
Yeah, no more makeup.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Candace. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Jeez.
She's a sweetheart
Brutal.
too, man. Candace is so great. I kind of feel bad that we're not going to hire her every month to do, Aries makeup. And
Wow.
I said, I'm fucking done. I'm not doing this shit anymore because Aries was making after expenses about half the profit. And I said, yo, I could get in front of the camera myself and make that without the fucking headache of this dumbass
Vlad said he could get on this camp. See. He want to be out here now. He want to be the star of the show. He done got his hair piece. He said, bitch, I'll get in front of the camera and talk about these topics before I let y'all motherfuckers gank me out of even more than what I feel you deserve. Which, let's be clear, as a business person, all jokes aside, even saying fuck Vlad, if you have a media platform and you're having to disseminate money to people, at the end of the day, your allegiance is going to be to your bottom line. Now, there is an interest of fairness, morality, ethics that come into play in how you treat people equitably for their contributions to that type of shit. Same conversation we had when Rory and Maul fell out with Joe Budden and all of that different type of stuff. People feeling like, hey, there's more money to be had here. We've produced X amount. We know we've contributed to the growth of this exponentially. We would like to see more transparency in the numbers. I would like to be compensated a little bit more fairly. And motherfuckers say, I got the best compensation I could ever give you. With no severance. Put your boots on. They're made for walking. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers get criticized for that. You know, but a lot of times when you're in that seat, you gonna take the criticism and hold on to that bread because you know how you can dice it up and make profits, you know? So at the end of the day, it's all a process. This is very similar to the stuff that we've been talking about with Drake and UMG, because really the crux of the situation is that they didn't give him the money he asked for. And now I'm seeing conversations going around where they're claiming that Iceman is going to be his bargaining chip. Like he can show that he's still hot in the marketplace. He's going to show that he can still impact culture. He's supposed to be showing that he can still be box office and that he deserves X amount of money and that he's going to end up re-signing with UMG for a fat deal. Now, this is not nothing that I'm saying from myself. It's not what I'm projecting. I'm just saying that's what I've been seeing online. It's a new narrative. You know, the narratives never end. But again, we do know in the paperwork, he clearly spoke about not being happy with the renegotiation process with UMG and then everything that came after that. So just drawing parallels here for those that may not be connecting the dots. So now we've got Aries Spears putting his hat into the ring.
Because I didn't feel like I really needed to.
Damn, nigga.
But I'm gonna address.
Damn, what was that with the glasses? Looked like they were sitting just fine, and then you threw them out. What's going on here? You, Vlad got you out the frame like that.
Because I didn't feel like I really needed to.
Wow.
But I'm gonna address it because the warrior-like spirit in me that's an Aries, because that's my zodiac,
spirit
is fighting it. But I'm gonna try to be a gentleman about it as much as I can. Apparently, Vlad decided to do an interview where he's taking shots at me and throwing me under the bus. And let me just say for the record, Vlad, you are a coward, a narcissist, and a hypocrite. Because I didn't even really watch the whole video, because what turned me off immediately was he started out by saying, we not friends. You said to me in my face on multiple occasions that we are friends. But now all of a sudden, because I asked you for a bump in pay and that pissed you.
The fact that you thought you was friends with a colonizer explains everything. And it shows why you got bitten ass by the snake. You got too close to the motherfucking snake. You thought you could feed him mice and little shit, and you thought you could appease his appetite. Y'all was making money together. As long as you was able to stand next to him and be on his platform, y'all were good. Then he bit your ass like he has and will do to everyone else. And now it's a problem. But everybody knew who the fuck he was before your ass ever popped up in that goddamn seat with that drum set that nobody ever played.
You off. We're not friends, so which is it? Tell the truth. And let me give y'all a little bit of backstory. So basically, I called Vlad and said, look, I feel like I want a little bit of bump in pay because I know my value. You once had Lord Jamar, Godfrey, Tony Yayo, Boosie, and me, all of which many times people said were your best guess. Who's the only one left? Me. Godfrey left, Jamar left, Yayo left, and Boosie left. I'm the last one standing. And when people
And Vlad has another one about to drop with Yayo just to prove him wrong. So everybody else is valid.
people go, yo, I watched the show because of you. Yo, I subscribe to his channel. The moment your interview's over, I unsubscribe. There's value in that. So you're mad at me because I'm recognizing my worth? And I told you I wanted to be fair. I wasn't even saying pay me what you pay Boosie, because I get it. From a numbers business standpoint, I get it. I'm just asking you to be a little bit fair. And now here's the thing. Again, you're a liar, you're a coward, and you're a hypocrite. Because what you do is you want to be seen so badly.
But he was all of those things before you ever moseyed your way on over there and decided to sleep with the motherfucking face-eating monkey. Nigga done ate everybody's face. And you say, nah, that's my dog. That's my homie. We're friends. And just asking for a few extra crumbs in your goddamn cereal and your Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That motherfucker said we ain't friends. Y'all never were. And he was everything you just called him before you got there. Name a motherfucker out here who actually cared about Aries Spears when he's not imitating LL Cool J or barking like a broke-ass DMX. And I say broke-ass DMX as in his bark, not comparing him to the real DMX.
Instead of just doing what you do best, which is stay behind the camera. 2 times you asked to come to my shows. One, I forget where it was in LA. I think it was Oxnard or Brea, whatever. And then the other one at the Nova Theater. Both times I gave you free tickets. And you said to me both times, yo, shout me out, shout me out. Why is that?
That hair
because
piece,
it's
baby.
so important for you to have the attention on yourself. And I didn't shout you out because I knew that. That was my moment. That was my time. When I'm on your show, it's both our times. So there's that. Then here's the other thing. You went and talked shit about my podcast partner, Andy Steinberg, who you befriended. Both times you came to my show. Now all of a sudden, you talking shit about him? Make that make sense. And let's get another thing straight. 9 times out of 10, when you want to boost your numbers, who do you always go to? The black community. So whether you are using us to help your platform, and I'll be real, we help each other. And I've said that. I've never disrespected you. I've never talked crazy about you.
And that's exactly where you fucked up. So you will let him use you to gain his influence in black culture for a couple $1,000 when you're supposed to have been a celebrity comedian for the last 20 years, 25 years. And you're that easily bought. And now you see why you shouldn't have been so easily bought. You should have made better financial decisions earlier on. I know you can't take care of yourself off Mad TV checks forever. I get that part. But you said it. You use us to get to our community, and you allowed yourself to be the conduit to make that happen. So when you're no longer useful, he's going to go find somebody else, probably someone much younger, more impressionable, you know what I'm saying, more moldable to replace you. Do I think it's okay? No. Do I think it's inevitable? Of course. He's got too many numbers in his favor. Y'all still won't stop going on there.
I just simply said I want my worth. But you use the black community when you need us, and you play the black card when you in some black dussy. And when I say dussy, I don't mean the word dussy. I mean a word that starts with P that rhymes with dussy. Because that's who you are, gadget. And when I say gadget, I'm not talking about the word gadget. I'm talking about a word that starts with F that rhymes with gadget. You understand what I'm saying? You gadget dussy?
And this is why I say he can burn in hell, because why would you even draw that type of parallel? Why would you want to use that word and try to use it in code when we've been away from that for so long? Get your glasses back in frame.
And I'll do you one better. I'll come on your show one more time for free. You ain't gotta pay me shit. And we could talk about it right then and there so we could get the truth. Because there's 3 sides to the truth.
Next time you go up to Vlad's studio, he might actually allow you to come in there just so that he could record your ass getting escorted out by his security just to get the one up. I wouldn't do it.
Your story, my story, and the truth. So don't be a coward. Bring me back and let's go through it. And I'll take a page out of Cannabis's book, Second Round Knockout against LL. We could get it live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick a verse. Fuck it, I'll let you kick them all. I'll even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Now watch me rip the tap from your arm. Stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your mother first, second, and third born. Have me get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan, so he could persuade me to squash it. I say, now fuck that. He started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. You want to talk shit about me? The one of the best shit talkers in the game? Bring your ass, nigga. Bring your ass. Have me on. Don't be a coward, Dussy. Don't be a coward, Gadget. Let's get it on.
Gadget is crazy.
Because you Russian, I'll do like Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Man, these niggas crazy, man. Couple $1,000, man, got niggas all up in arms. I know it's hard out here for a pimp when the Cadillac and gas money spent, but god damn, niggas is out here looking bad. It's looking like Mad TV for real. Yeah, I really don't have a moral to the story on this one, other than you shouldn't have got in bed with that motherfucker to begin with. And both y'all, Boosie and goddamn Aries Spears, y'all two sides of the same coin. I believe Boosie will be better off at the end of this situation. He at least has a business plan in place for him to move forward. He has a wide audience that tunes into him. He can still drop music. He's still performing at a high level. You know, I'm not a follower of Boosie on that level, but I can at least acknowledge that he's going to rebuild his infrastructure. You know what I mean? I've seen some people criticizing a snippet of his first episode on Patreon. Number one, they're mad that it's not going on YouTube. Number two, people are saying that the camera quality and the lighting isn't up to par. I'm sure he'll get that part figured out, and he'll be, hey, we saw Vlad sitting in his own chair talking about all these situations. I don't see why Boosie can't. Aries Spears, I'm sure you'll find your way. Art of Dialogue loves to poach guests from Vlad, you know, so at least you can sit down with a black man and have these conversations and still exploit your stories and your stupid ass worldview. So you might be able to have some success over there. That would be my best suggestion. Best of luck to everybody. I'm going to have to wipe myself clean after finishing this video, which I'm about to do. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will see y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5-6 bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your health care. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the